In this tutorial we will learn how we can delay something in Unity. Let's say for example we want to implement rapid fire so that we can hold the mouse button down and then our gun keeps shooting bullets automatically. Of course we don't want to shoot a bullet in every single frame, this would be way too much. Instead we want to shoot a bullet, for example, every couple hundred milliseconds. And the code we will use here will be very simple. We will just add some code to the update method and we won't use coroutines or any complicated features. So let's go into Unity and see how this works. For this tutorial I've already prepared the code that shoots the bullets. We have implemented this in another tutorial of mine. I will put a link to this into the info card box in the top right corner of this video. So there's a little eye, you can click on it and you will find this other tutorial. You can watch this first, but it's not necessary. Maybe you want to implement the delay for a completely different feature in your game. In this case, you can just follow along here and you will see how this works. And in my example here, the code that actually shoots the bullet is on the gun, on the bullet origin, this shoot bullet script, which I open because in here I want to add this delay. For this we create two member variables. The first one will contain the fire rate, so how often we can shoot a bullet. To be able to change this in the editor, we make it a serialized field. It's a float, so it supports decimal points, and I call it fire rate. And let's say we want to shoot every half second, so I set this to 0.5 f. Then we create another float, which does not need to be a serialized field because we don't want to change this in the editor. We call it next fire, and this will just store the time at which we can shoot the next bullet. We initialize this with 0. And then down here where we actually shoot this bullet, where we want to trigger the timer so that we have to wait a half a second. In here we take next fire, set it to time.time, which is basically just the current time, plus fire rate. So all we do is we take the current time, add our half second to it so that we know that we can shoot again half a second in the future, and we set our next fire variable to it to store this value. And then here in this if block where we check for the button press, we simply add another condition and check if time.time is greater than next fire. So this way we know that this half second has passed, and then we do the same thing again. We shoot our new bullet, we set next fire to again half a second in the future, and then when we press the button again we check if this time has passed meanwhile. I also want to change get button down to just get button so that I can hold down the fire button and just keep shooting. Then we save the script. Then we go back into Unity and try this out. Now the shoot bullet script has this fire rate field here, but we keep it as it is. And I can just hold the button down and it keeps firing with half a second delay. And of course I can change this value to make the bullets faster. And that's basically the whole process. Pretty simple, isn't it? As usual, the code for this video will be in the description box below, so there's a GitHub link where you can take a look at the code again. Please leave a like if this was helpful, it's very important. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and click on this little bell icon next to the subscribe button to get notified about future videos, because I want to cover a lot of topics about Unity, and I hope I see you there. Take care.